Hello guys! So today I want to talk about a book that I just finished reading that is unlike other books that I've ever finished reading. So I want to talk about How Soccer Explains the World, an Unlikely Theory of Globalization. So while on my trip to Europe, the World Cup was commencing, and people in Europe, man, they love their World Cup. And I was just unprepared for the kind of soccer fervor that I was presented with. There are ads everywhere, like all the Coke bottles have soccer balls on them, and you see buildings with like flags hanging from the windows to support different teams, and everybody selling merchandise, and there are reporters on the street asking people what they think about players and teams and chances. And at one point they were like shutting down part of like one of the big tourist destinations in Berlin because they were going to set up a giant screen so that tens of thousands of people could come and watch the games. And for me, that was just really unfamiliar. I didn't understand it, and I kind of wanted to because they made it seem like such fun. And growing up in America, I've never felt that way about football or baseball. I've never felt the kind of like everybody coming togetherness of it. So I was definitely intrigued. And then I was at a bookshop in Prague, and they had a special soccer section because, like I said, everybody was really into soccer. And I picked up this book, and it's talking about how soccer is a way of life in a lot of countries and how you can understand those countries based on the way in which soccer has taken root and gained popularity. And it made a whole lot of sense, and I'm really glad that I have a solid historical knowledge base because this book got really technical. But it did a really, really wonderful job of explaining to a layman like me how soccer has become this huge thing in everybody's lives except in America. And so they kind of saved that for the last chapter because the guy's American. And it's sort of like the reward for finishing the book. He talks about culture wars. And I've started watching the World Cup lately, and I had it on the TV, and my father said something about how, like, you got to get that communist sport off the television. And apparently he shares that opinion with a lot of Republican radio hosts. So I'm definitely glad that I read it. And I don't know if it's just set the bar too high for other sports-related nonfiction books. But I'm just having a really good time kind of learning about all of this stuff. My father took a little bit of dig at me. He was like, you only care about soccer because that boy does. Like, well, if that were the case, I would be able to watch basketball. Anyway, bye.